body is aweary of this great world.
Oh, you would be, sweet madam, if your miseries were in the same abundance as your good fortunes are. And yet, for aught I see, they are as sick that surfeit with too much as they that starve with nothing. It is no mean happiness. Therefore, to be seated in the mean, superfluity comes sooner by white hairs, but competency lives longer.
Good sentences and well pronounced.
They would be better if well followed.
To do were as easy as to know what were good to do. Chapels had been churches, and poor men's cottages prince's palace. It is a good divine that follows his own teachings. I can easier teach 20 what were good to be done than to be one of the 20 to follow mine own teachings. The brain may devise laws for the blood, but a hot temper leaps over a cold decree. Such a hair is madness, the youth that leaps over the meshes of good counsel, the cripple. But this reasoning is not in fashion to choose me a husband. Oh me, the word choose. I cannot choose who I would, nor refuse who I dislike. So is the will of a living daughter curbed by the will of a dead father. Is it not hard, Nerissa, that I cannot choose one nor refuse none?
Your father was ever virtuous, and holy men at their deaths have good inspirations. Therefore, the lottery that he hath devised in these 3 chests of gold, silver, and lead, whereof who chooses his meaning, so by chooses you, will no doubt never be chosen by any rightly, but by one whom you will rightly love. But tell me, what of your affections towards any of these princely suitors who are already come?
I pray thee, overname them, and as thou namest them, I will describe them, and according to my description, level out my affection.
First, there's the Neapolitan prince.
Aye, that's a colt indeed, for he doth nothing but talk of his horse, and he makes it a great appropriation on his own good parts that he shew him himself. I am much afeard, my lady, his mother played false with his name.
And then is there the County Palatine.
He doth nothing but frown, as one should say, and you will not have me choose. He hears merry tales and smiles not. I fear he'll prove the weeping philosopher when he grows older, being so full of unmannerly sadness from his youth. I would rather marry a dead's head with a bone in its mouth than to either of these. God defend me from these two.
Oh, then what say you to, the Frenchman, the young Monsieur Le Bon?
God made him, and therefore let him pass for a man. Ugh, in truth, I know it is a sin to be a mocker, but why, he hath better horses than the Neapolitans, a better bad habit of frowning than Count Palatine. He is every man, and no man. If the throttle shall sing, he shall fall a capering. He will fence with his own shadow. If I should marry him, I should marry 20 husbands. If he were to despise me, I would forgive him. For if he loved me to madness, I shall never requite him.
Well, what say you then to, Falconbridge, the young Baron of England?
You know, I say nothing to him, for he understands not me, nor I him. He hath neither Latin, French, nor Italian. And you will come into court and swear I have a poor penny's worth in the English. He is a proper man's picture. But, alas, who can converse with a dumb show? How oddly he is suited.
What say you then to the Scottish lord, his neighbour?
That he hath a neighbourly charity in him, for he borrowed a box of an ear of an Englishman, and swore he would pay him again when he was able. I think the Frenchman became his surety and sealed under for another.
How about the young German, the Duke of Saxony, and his nephew?
Very vilely in the morning when he is sober, and most vilely in the afternoon when he is drunk. When he is best, he is a little better than a man, and when he is worst, he is a little better than a beast. And the worst fall that ever fell, I shall make shift to go without him.
If he should offer to choose, and choose the right casket, you should refuse to perform your father's will if you should refuse to accept him.
Therefore, for fear of the worst, I pray thee, lay a deep glass of reddish wine on the contrary casket. For if the devil be within, and temptation be without, I know he will choose it. I will do anything, Nerissa, ere I will be married to a sponge.
You need not fear, lady, the having of any of these lords, for they've acquainted me with their determinations, which is indeed to return home and to trouble you with no more suit.
If I live to be as old as Sybil, I will die as chaste as Diana, unless I be obtained by the manner of my father's will. So glad these parcel wooers are so reasonable, for there's not one of them I dote on his very absence. I pray God grant them a fair departure.
Do you not remember, lady, in your father's time, a Venetian, a scholar and a soldier, that came hither in the company of the Marquis of Montferrat?
Yes, it was Bassanio, as I think so was he called.
True, madam. He, of all the men that ever my foolish eyes looked upon, was the best deserving a fair lady.
I remember him well. I remember him being worthy of that praise.